went to visit my dear friend Simone across town, used her great big vise. Her husband was a machinist and has a wonderful big vise at home. This is my vise. It's really small. It's just a baby vise, so it would take me a lot longer to flatten my cutlery there than at my friend Simone's place. And she was cleaning out her husband's shop downstairs and said, "Do you want this stuff?" And when I saw that there were a bunch of little things like screws and nuts and bolts and washers. We love washers. But this video isn't about upcycling nuts and bolts. It's about upcycling cutlery. And now you can watch me having fun and playing with my materials. So first I play, and then I work on the background, because you can't just glue something on a canvas and expect it to be interesting. You need an interesting background. So now I'm just testing to see how my pieces will look on the background. And I think I feel that yes, it will look just great. And of course I get carried away. It all has to come off though, because I have to glue the background down. And I just use white glue with water, thin it down, and dip my pieces in the glue and lay them on the board. And when it's dry, I gessoed it, and then I got to play again. Yay! The reason I put the time checks on the bottom left there is actually because I just discovered that you could. I didn't realize that my videos each had inside them, they create a time, and I have a selection in iMovie where I can just say display the time, and it does. But for this piece it was interesting because of the time it took. It was several years before I finished it. So I had to put some modeling paste in to fill in the texture a bit, because the knives weren't laying flat. They were bumping up and down, and it was all uneven. And the next stage is starting to tack them down. Not tack them down, actually permanently put them down on my canvas with modeling paste, filling in all the underneath spaces so they would be secure. I didn't want them falling off. Another reason is that I don't want paint to seep underneath these things, the wasted paint and then not drying, blah blah blah. Turns out I just ran out of this, and I'm out of modeling paste, so I wonder if I can maybe find a recipe online of how to make modeling paste. That might be something I can do instead of having... Yay, my modeling paste arrived, and now I can get back to the serious job of playing. Not sure I mentioned it, but this cutlery is all from secondhand stores. You can find oodles of it, and every once in a while I just pick some up. So I've been cleaning these off. It's the next day, it's the day after this stuff This molding paste is dried overnight, and I wet it down a bit with a damp cloth, and now I'm using just any old knife to slowly scrape off this stuff, which comes off very nicely once it's a little damp. Yeah, I couldn't get out of my head the idea that I needed to have forks and knives and spoons, you know, because they kind of belong together. But that is more getting caught up with what I'm applying instead of my design. My design has nothing to do with forks, knives, and spoons, right? Notice I collect a lot of souvenir spoons. Yeah, the knives established my design, and once I had them down permanently, that allowed me to be free to play again. Play with forks or knives or forks or spoons to see what else how I could complete the design of this piece. Once I was happy with my forks, notice I got rid of the spoons. I guess I didn't feel that they worked. Now I'm setting the forks in lightly with some white glue. Now I'm taking the modeling paste and filling in the spaces, the undercuts, scrubbing off the excess. Then of course, rinse and repeat on the other side with the other forks. And notice that these forks are all flattened now. The ones I flattened on Simone's vise, Simone's husband's vise. And then I put a layer of gesso and a layer of bin on this. Bin keeps cutlery, keeps colors from bleeding through, even reactive metals like silver. Some of these pieces of cutlery are silver plated. This is just a little interlude, noticing that whenever I took photographs of my gessoed work, it would look like a negative space. So depending on what direction you look at it, it looks like the forks are pressed into the canvas and the knives, and then the other way, it's normal. Anyway, sometimes I wonder why I bother painting these things so white and getting rid of all of the imperfections. Because I paint it. I paint over it. It seems pretty ridiculous to me that I spend all this time getting rid of all of what I think are imperfections. Because when it's all painted, you can't tell. I might just have to use my finger. Finger, God's best tool. Fingers. Whoops. There. Maybe if I just hold this and there. I think that's going to be my solution. So there it is after a couple more coats of gesso here and there. It's on the wall. Let's see if I can back up. It's on the wall. Yay. So tomorrow I will see if I can start doing some color paint. Yay. And now I'm into the process of applying paint and trying to decide where I want to go as far as the coloring of this piece goes. I'm just playing again. That's what I like about abstract art and upcycling. It is a mystery, and I'm walking out the mystery, wondering what it wants to become, first of all looking at this collection of cutlery, saying what in the world could I do with this? And then, as you've seen, arranging and rearranging and rearranging, and then once I come and have the background and the double background all settled, I start to play with color, not knowing where I'm going. Lighten it, darken it, add color, take away color. What do I want this piece to be? Where is the structure and what is the message? It looked really nice at the different stages. I loved the textures and all of the patterns of the cutlery coming out. It's lovely. Yes, now I'm adding some silvery type of paint, very reflective, not fluorescent, opalescent or something like that. No vision of where this is going to end up, but it looks like I sure am having fun. Maybe make a note of the length of my hair at this point, because when I finish this, my hair is a lot longer. But no matter the color combinations I used, it still wasn't coming together for me, and I didn't really see why at this point. But I still loved the textures. I loved the overall. It just wasn't a good composition. So I let this piece sit in my closet for about 3 years. My hair is longer, and I just had to do something with it. At this point, I still don't know what, but I knew I wanted it lighter. So lighter it became. And of course, I didn't show you all the stages of the painting, but I did make it again more metallic. It was silver before. I added gold this time, and I think I was pretty happy with that. A little bit of that color added in. And then this happened. I guess I kind of added napkins to the tablecloth. I accentuated them and painted them over and over and over again to get them as white as I could. As I was looking at them, I realized that something had happened. It looked like something, a flying bird or a flying angel or something like that. What do you see? Well, thanks for watching my video, and I hope I made you smile. If I did, please give me a big like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.